Hey, what's up, besties? Welcome back to part 2 of the only bank accounts that you need in order to manage your account. I recorded this video a couple of days ago and I gave you the only 3 bank accounts that you really need to essentially manage your money. And I'll let you guys know if you wanted a part 2 to let me know down in the comments. And you guys let me know you are wanting to, you're wanting the advanced list of how many accounts you should have to manage your money. Now, I'm going to give you the accounts that I personally have, and you can take that information and kind of mix and match and play around with it as you would like. Finance is personal, so I just like to share what I do, and of course, if anything that you hear you feel as though it would work for your personal situation, by all means, take it, okay? All right, so let's get into it. If you are here for the very first time, my name is Jasmine, aka Budget Treasures, and here on my channel I talk about all things finance with the emphasis on budgeting, saving money, and paying off debt. I really encourage that you subscribe to the channel. And if you're a returning bestie, hey girl, hey. All right guys, let's jump right into it. So the very first video, I communicated and let you guys know that the only 3 bank accounts that you really need to successfully manage your money is your bills account, your spending account, and your high yield savings account. If you just have those 3 accounts, you should be able to manage your money in a successful way. Especially as a beginner, I would just start with those 3 accounts. However, if you're saying to yourself, well, you know what, I'm a little bit more advanced, so I want to know how I can even expand a bit more by organizing my money so that it works for me. So for me, I have multiple accounts. The very first account that I will add to the 3 that I gave you prior, and if you haven't caught that video, I would really encourage that you catch it so that you can get all the deets on each of these accounts. But the very first account would be a mortgage and or rent account. So this is different from a bills account. For me, I separate my mortgage and my mortgage now, and I had it when I paid rent. I had the same type of structure. I separate that bill from all of the rest of my bills. And let me tell you why. Because what's priority and most important is me paying my mortgage or my rent, period, point blank. I need that money to be separate from any other money, even any other bill money. That will also allow me to see, I would rather be late if I had to be, okay? I would rather be late on any other bill outside of where I have to lay my head. And for me, that is just top priority. So I separate that. So I have a bills account that is for every other bill that I have to pay, no matter what it is. And I separate, and I have a separate account that only houses my mortgage. So the next advanced account, I don't know if I stated that in the beginning, but the first 3 accounts that I gave you on the first video, those are the core accounts, like beginner accounts. These are the more advanced accounts if you want to expand and have more accounts available to you. So this next advanced account that I have is my sinking funds accounts. I really love my sinking fund accounts because it allows me to save my money in an account instead of just having it in cash, as I talked about. As you guys probably know, I am a cash budgeter. So if you're unfamiliar about what sinking funds are, these are savings that you have specifically for something, and you are sinking money into that particular account for that particular category or reason that you're saving it for. So for me, I have a vehicle registration account because here in California, we have to pay a vehicle registration or car registration every single year. And here in California, it's not cheap. I know in other areas of the world it is, but mine was about $300 this year, and I drive a 2017 vehicle. So that should tell you a lot. The newer your car is, the more high end your car is, you pay more. So I have a sinking fund for that. I also have had various other sinking funds like vacation sinking fund for certain annual bills that I have. I have sinking funds for that. There are just many different sinking funds that I have. I have tons of videos on different sinking fund ideas. So with the online account that I have, I can create buckets, and each of these buckets are sinking funds that I will save my money into. And the bank account that I use is Ally. It's an online account, and I use it. I like it a lot. Some of you guys were asking for suggestions on some good high yield savings accounts, and I will talk about that a little bit later in the video, so stay tuned for that. But for the specific conversation of the sinking funds, I do use high yield savings accounts, which is with Ally, and I set up buckets so that I can digitally have my sinking funds there. If you have any questions or if I need to clarify, please leave it down below. It is free. I don't have to pay anything for this account, and I gain interest even on all of the buckets. The next account that I think is very important if you have any type of business or side hustle is a business account. And this is where you will house all of your business funds, and then you can pay yourself out of that business or side hustle account, and you can pay yourself wherever you want to pay yourself at. That is very important, to separate your money instead of having everything kind of jumbled together. And this is specifically for those who, you have side hustle money, or, you're an entrepreneur and you have money. I would have money specifically in this account only for those deposits that you receive. The next account would be an investment account. It is important to have some type of 401k or investments that you are putting your money into so that your money will grow, and then when it's time for retirement, you can retire well. I know that we all know people who, unfortunately, they're required to work really until death because they didn't have these things set up when they were younger, or they had it set up and they had to pull the money for whatever reason, but they're financially unable to stop working because they didn't invest or prepare for their retirement age appropriately. So if you do not have any investment accounts, at least like a 401k, I would recommend, or talk to maybe an accountant or your banker or someone who can assist you with investing, even if it's just in your 401k and your retirement, so that you can at least have something to pull from. I am not an expert in any of the investment information. I do have a 401k, and I have that investment, and it is growing, so that when I do retire, I'll be able to pull from that. And and then of course I have my home, which is an investment, but other investment accounts, I am going to be starting to invest very, very soon. And I will be starting that like I said, very, very soon, immediately. Okay. There is someone here on YouTube who, is really knowledgeable. Her name is Mommy Trader, I believe, and I'm going to leave her information here. You can check out all of her videos. She's amazing. She's a beast. I believe she just gave an update of where she is, and I think she's like almost at $1 million invested right now. So definitely check out her channel if you have any questions, or want to watch any videos about investing. So the next account that the next account that I have is a transportation account. So when I talk about transportation, the only reason why I only use one well, actually I use a credit card for transportation, but before that, an account. And the only reason why I specifically use one account or credit card for gas, number one, for the points, but then number two, because if you're going to gas stations, and it has happened to me, a lot of fraud happens at the where you stick your card in at the pump. And if you have that money tied in with all of the rest of your money, then it's a strong possibility that they can take all of your money. And we all know how much of a headache that is. So unless you are actually walking into the, whatever gas station you're at, walking into the store to pay for your gas or paying in cash, I personally think it's so risky when you're putting your card in there. Now, me personally, I don't go to a whole lot of gas stations. I only go to Costco. That's the gas station that I trust and I haven't had any issues with. But I have had an issue where I went to another gas station because I didn't want to drive across the street to Costco. And then all kind of alerts started going off on my account. Thank God that, I was fine and they didn't get a chance to get into my account. But that right there, I was like, oh no, I need to separate this gas money and transportation from everything else, because I don't have time to be playing with nobody. Okay, I need all my money, all my coinage. Okay. And the last advanced account that I'll talk about is a goals account. So a lot of times, a lot of people, a lot of us, we have goals. We have goals that cost money, right? So the goals may be a vacation, education, Christmas, down payment for a home, and you specifically want to save money for that short-term goal. What I would do is I would have an account specifically set aside for that. Now, you can call it a goals account, or if you want, you can take it and make it a sinking fund. It's totally up to you. And you do what makes it easy and comfortable for your situation. You don't have to do it exactly like me or the next person, but you can take, a little information from whomever, wherever, and make it work for you and your personal finance. That's what I did for me, and it worked amazing. So those are all of the accounts that I have. Let's go ahead and do a recap. So the 3 core accounts, which is for beginners, or if you just don't want all of those accounts, is a bills account, spending account, and the high yield savings account. That's the 3. Now, if you want to get a little bit more advanced and manage your money a little bit more than just the 3, then you would break up your bills and you would have a mortgage and or rent account. You would have an investment account. If you are a entrepreneur or you do side hustles, have a business account. I would also have the goals account, and then the sinking funds. So it sounds like a lot. However, it's not really a lot when you have a process and how you manage your money. I do want to talk about making sure that you're not being charged any fees. So I think that is important to note. So for all of the accounts that I have, I do not pay any fees for any of my accounts. One of the accounts that I have is a couple of the accounts that I have are military accounts. So I don't have to pay anything for those accounts, and I use them specifically for, the specific reasons that we have discussed. And if it's too much to manage, I would also recommend that you not have so many accounts. You want to make it easy for yourself, okay? You can try it out, see if it works. If it doesn't work, then do what works best for you. Another question that I got was, or this question may come up, should you have these accounts in different places? I do use multiple banks. I don't only use one bank, but it's totally up to you. I have my mortgage account with a totally different bank outside of everything else, because I need to make sure that money is there doing what it needs to do. And I have a system in how I have my paychecks divided when, when those paychecks start coming back in. So I have money direct deposited over to my mortgage account, and then the other money deposited into my bills account. And then I personally go in and allocate the money how I want, or how I need to for, that pay period or whatnot. So I hope that helps. So do what's best for you. But I definitely would not recommend paying fees for any account. So don't do that. And I think that's really pretty much it. Oh, I almost forgot. So when it comes to high yield savings accounts, a lot of you guys ask me, what is the best high yield savings account? And I will tell you this, any of them. I just picked the one that I have, SoFi. No, not SoFi. Which one do I have? Oh, I told you guys earlier. Oh my, Ally. I just picked it because I spent so long trying to say, well, which one is the best one? Which one is the best one? I don't know. And then I even got people telling me, well, American Express is the best one. SoFi is the best one. It was just so many. Let me tell you something. Just pick one, because you'll go so long trying to figure out which one is the best one, and you won't open one up for a long time. It took me literally maybe like a year or two to open one, because I stayed stuck in that whole rut, like, which one do I pick? I don't know which one's the best one. And when I finally opened it and I saw the benefits, I was so mad at myself, like, I should have did this a long time ago. I got stuck in analysis paralysis. I think that's what you call it. And it took me so long to open up an account. So just pick one. You can look on Google and you can see who has the best interest rate. Interest rates fluctuate, but you can see who has the best, and then just pick that one. Whenever I want to deposit money into the account, it's not really a big deal for me to do it. I do it from my checking account, and I just put the money over there. It takes a couple of days to get there. When I want the money back, it takes a couple of days for me to get the money back. It's really not a big issue for me. And I have my money separated and managed so much to where I'm not going into like, oh, I need this money back. I need this money back. I need this money back. I don't. So that's also something to consider. If you are not quite there yet, maybe you don't want to put your money into a online account, because it will take a couple of days for you to get your money back. You may also want to consider another account, which is a rainy day fund account. I would recommend your emergency account to be in a high yield savings. And then for your like rainy day fund, that's if, something happens, refrigerator breaks, you need tires, an emergency comes up that you need. If you have children, and there's some things like that you may need to help your kid with, like have a rainy day fund with maybe a couple $1,000s in it, maybe even like one or like 1,500, no more than like 2,000 for a rainy day. And then the rest of the money into your emergency fund, which is gaining a lot of interest. So that's what I do. And so if that works out for you, if you want to try it, by all means, definitely do so. I hope that I have answered all of the questions. If you have any, please leave them down below. I'll be more than happy to answer them. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. I will see you in the next video. Go be great, besties. Peace out.
You're special and she reckless. Remember, you're my bestest friend. Yeah, she my bestie. My love for you is endless. Nobody else can end it. And when I get the money back, then baby girl, you can spend it. And everything is alright. I like how you do it.